Hey friends, I am back today and we're going to be talking about full moon energy. It's not too late to use this full moon energy and create a better life. So let's talk about what full moon energy is and how it can benefit you. I have some notes here just so I remember everything. Anyone that deals with children always knows that when there's a full moon, there's going to be extra hype and excitement with the children. I've also heard this. I've been spending a lot of time in the hospital with my dad, and always around a full moon, you hear the nurses and doctors talking about it must be a full moon. People are crazy. And they will go back and they'll say, yep, it was a full moon. That is why. And I've asked nurses while I've been in there, like, is it true? Do you guys really believe this? Because I'm just doing my research, right? Just seeing what they will say. And they're like, oh, yeah, absolutely. A full moon always makes the emergency room more crazy. So it is something that literally does happen, but some people don't understand what's going on. So I want to talk today about why that could be happening. And even within yourself, you may sometimes feel a little bit more on edge during a full moon. Excuse me. Um, so the reason why that is there's a couple reasons. First, we have a lot of energy from the sun shining directly onto the moon. So the sun would be like your identity, and the moon would be like the parts of you that you keep hidden. And so everybody has parts that we show everybody, and we have parts that we keep hidden. And so as this moon is getting blasted by the sun, it's now exposing all those hidden parts. And so this really is what is going on is this energy is pushing on us and showing us all of the things that we're like, oh yeah, maybe I need to look at that, but I don't really want to. But we feel it inside. We feel a little bit more anxious, or maybe we're angry, or maybe we're whatever. And it really does depend on some of the planets that are going, like what house you're in and all of that. And that's not my expertise, but I do know that that has a lot to do with it. So you can do a deep dive on that later. But I want you to just realize that we have the sun showing the full moon, like it's exposing the full moon, that light is all shining on it, and that affects how you as a person show up. It's just like the same thing with high tide, low tide. It's all tied with the moon. And so there's an energy that literally flows with it, and you have to just trust that that happens. If you want to, you can go dive into the science. I don't want to go into that today. I just want you to understand that it really does put a pull on you. And part of that is because we are between, depends on who you talk to. Some people say 90% water, all the way up to 70% water. But, anyways, more than half of us is water. And so we are going to have that pull on our body, just like the ocean does, and the high tide and the low tide being tied to the full moon. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about different things that are also happening within your body besides the water. Parasites are love to mate at this time. That's the time that they mate in our bodies. And so you have all this extra activity of parasites. Yes, even in America, we have parasites. Think about your animals that you all love so much. Those animals have to have parasite treatments all the time. The roundworm and the heartworm and all the different things. And so those can be passed on to us. We can also get them from fruits and vegetables. We can get them from meats that we eat, like pork and different things. And so we're not immune to parasites here in America. Everybody has parasites. And so we have to have them in a healthy balance, because when we get out of balance, that's when we can have a lot of bloating and gas and stomachs and indigestion. All of those things can be affected by a parasite. So, um, and obviously, there are really bad ones that we know when we go camping. If we get giardia and we're like so sick, like obviously that's a parasite, right? That's in water. So we aren't completely immune to parasites just because we live in America. Um, the other piece to that is, so they're multiplying in your body at that time, that they love to eat sugar, and that's what fuels them, sugars and heavy metals. And so we need to try and cut those things out of our diet, especially while they're in their breeding cycle. So trying to cut out sugars, carbs, cleaning up your diet, eating things that are parasitic inhibitors are really great, things that can like paralyze them or even kill them, and then exit your body. So some of those foods that you can eat let me just flip my notes here really quick. So I want to make sure I give you a good list. There are things like cilantro, raw garlic, raw ginger, pumpkin seeds, all onions, coconut oil is really good. Um, Also, oregano, fermented foods are good, and then even supplementing, right? So, having your kombuchas and your kefirs that are going to be building and encouraging the good bacteria and biome in your body to be growing while you're getting rid of the bad ones. You can also use just a supplement, get a probiotic supplement. I would suggest one that's in a refrigerated section of your health food store. That helps to keep them alive longer so that they're actually alive when you're taking the supplement. And then also, you want to just make sure you're drinking plenty of water if you're trying to cleanse because it's going to help get those things out. You can use essential oils. You can use the fruits and vegetables. I think if you know that you have a parasite issue, that you could, hit it with essential oils, it would be a lot more potent than some of the other things that you could try. Herbs work, but they, like I say, work on a slower level. And so if you hit them with a higher frequency, something like essential oils, it will help to get them out of your system faster. Um, let's see here. And just make sure. Oh, you can also use fiber to help exit those things, kind of push them out. So flax seeds, chia seeds, high fiber vegetables can also help with that. And so you want to just be being smart while you're eating. And obviously, we should be, trying to eat the best we can all of the time. But around the full moon, it's a really, really important time because of the parasites and what they are doing. And there are different types of parasites. A lot of what I've talked about are intestinal parasites. You can have parasites in your blood, and different things like that. So, if those are things you're dealing with, that's probably going to be a different discussion than I'm just talking about intestinal parasites, but it all does help. So, that's another thing going on in your body. The last thing that I would like to talk about is that these emotions and these feelings that you have, I'm going to use anger and rage for an example. Say those are coming up in your body. They're wanting you to address them so you can let them go. Our bodies aren't meant to hold on to emotion. We're actually supposed to like feel them and let them go. But oftentimes we don't because we don't want to feel angry at the minute. So we just kind of clench our teeth and, swallow it down and push it down deeper inside of us, which ends up we store it somewhere, right? So trying to get rid of that and allow yourself in a safe, healthy way to get rid of some of these things is what we're going to talk about next. So you can do some journaling, and that can be a great way to give an expression. After you get done with the journaling, I would suggest that you, after the journaling, I apologize for that, that you do some like speaking as well, because that will help to get the vibration out of your throat and out of your body faster. And it's the quickest way to change your vibration. So you can do this. Sometimes when I'm journaling, I am journaling and I'm talking. Sometimes I get so I can, like, I'm expressing faster than I can journal. And when that happens, I just will use a page, a notebook page, and I will just scribble while I'm talking because then I'm actually having a physical experience, right, with the scribbling. My body is moving and I am able to speak it. So I'm releasing the vibration and releasing it out of my body in a sensational way. So those can be really beneficial for you to do. Let's see here. My notes. So, as an example, if you're trying to get rid of their anger and their rage, you might be scribbling or journaling, and then it just gets to be like this experience coming up, and you're so angry, and it's like, oh, my coworker just makes me so angry, right? And so you can be scribbling, or you could just be moving your hands, like tapping your foot, like anything that you can think of that will allow your body to like move through it. You may feel, oh my goodness, my shoulder wants to do this all of a sudden. That's because you've stored it in your shoulder. So allow your body to move as it needs while you're going through that experience because you will be allowing your body to physically feel it. Now, this only takes about 90 seconds. That's right, 90 seconds is all it's going to last. Um, and then that one will pass. And there might be several that need to pass, but you're not going to stay in this area for forever, right? So you can set the container. Okay, I've got 20 minutes. I'm going to journal. I'm going to let go of the biggest, most important things I need to let go of in my life right now. If you set that intention as you're journaling, those things will be the things that come up. And so you can let that go, express what you need to, and you can do it safely, like express how you feel like, oh, I'm the one doing all the work at the job, but everybody else is getting the praise or whatever, like give yourself that chance to like move and express and to let things go through you. Um, so these are really key things. So let's review them again. The first one is to acknowledge if you have emotions. The second one is to clean up the parasites that are going on. And the third one is to journal or express them in a way that is safe and healthy for you. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me. You can reach me at toolstoempower@gmail.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Brenda Crump. Um, but reach out if you have questions. Let me know how I could help you, how I could assist you. If you want to go deeper, you want to do a session with me, that's something that's available as well. So use these next 3 days. That's the other piece I forgot to mention, is that for 3 days before a full moon and 3 days after a full moon, we can use that same power. And so um, obviously the full moon is going to be the highest potential time to let go of things, but you have some leeway. So each month we get about 6 days to clear up things. And so don't think like you've missed it. We just had the full moon last night. During this recording. So if you're finding this recording later, just catch it and do it for the next full moon. There's going to be another one every month, so you're not like missing out on anything. But start today. Choose today to start letting yourself find safe, healthy ways that you can let go of things and use the energy of the moon to help you to safely move that through you and take care of yourself, take care of your health, and take care of all aspects of you. We aren't just a physical body, we're a body, mind, and soul. And so we need all the parts and pieces working together. I bless you this day that everything goes happily for you in your releasing in the full moon. If you need me, reach out and we'll see you next time. Bye.